Hey guys, it's Tuesday, June 27th, 2023. And I want to come on and share with you something that was highlighted in my spirit on my way to work one morning this week. And I was going to look into it that day and then I forgot. And this morning I was reminded of it. Just these are kind of out of the blue thoughts that, I'm not thinking about this sort of thing. So I do feel like this is the Father's prompting to look deeper into something that needs to be addressed. So on my way to work, I was praying and I heard in my spirit, and you know what I mean by that. It's not audible. It's just, I was praying on one thing and this popped in. Okay. They are rich and have need of nothing. And when I had that thought, I'm going to say, I remember thinking, okay, I need to look up that word rich. Why am I thinking about this? Okay, what's going on here? So I got to work, got busy, and didn't think about it again. But this morning, I was just doing some idle chores, and the same thing popped into my spirit. They are rich and have need of nothing. So I thought, okay, I got to sit down and look into this. We are all under, different assumptions based on our definitions of different words. Sorry for the noise, and I got a parrot over here to my left, so he's probably going to say something too while I'm talking. Okay, so anyway, the word rich in our own vernacular means those that have abundant wealth, live in mansions, drive fancy cars. But what it also means is that these people don't have to work. It's not a necessity to work. Okay? Those of us that are trying to eke out a living and pay the bills and, doing the 9 to 5, that doesn't describe the rich people. Okay? They don't have to do the things that us middle class and poor folk have to do. So, the reason I'm bringing this up is because this is a reference to what's found in Revelation 3. Now, there's a warning here to the Laodicean church. And when I say church, I mean a group of believers. All right? These aren't unbelievers. For those of you that think once saved, always saved, this is not a proper doctrine. This is a false doctrine. Because the Laodicean church would tell you they're saved. They would tell you that they are rich and have need of nothing. They are increased with goods. They have eternal salvation. They possess eternal inheritance. They're wealthy. They have hidden treasures, right? They have no need to work. They are rich, so they don't need to work. This is an important warning that we need to heed. Yeshua is giving us this warning to the Laodicean church in Revelation 3. All right? So when we look up those different words in the Strong's, rich is in the Strong's Concordance as G4145. The root of that is 4149. It means wealth, right? So that's pretty obvious. Increased with goods is meaning that they possess eternal inheritance. There is it's not goods as far as material wealth. That is the literal reading of that word, and we equate it with a lot of these wealthy pastors and these mega churches and the folks with all the riches. But it is warning of something on a more figurative level here. The rich have no need to work. It is a free gift, and they are increased with goods. They already possess eternal salvation. They have need of nothing. Now that word need is interesting there. It's found in Strong's G5532. It means employment. So it means work. They have no need to work. Right there. Now, what's really telling, for those of you that, I know there's been a lot of coming and going on my channel, and I totally get that. The Father's going to leave those here that have the eyes to see, and He's going to remove those that don't, and I'm totally fine with that. but you know my stance on Paul. And I've made a video about this on his commending the Laodiceans in Colossians chapter 2. So we see in Colossians 2 that Paul is talking to the Laodicean church. And he says that they're doing great. They are rich unto all full assurance of understanding. He's not saying they're rich because they have material wealth. He is using that word rich to describe their spiritual standing. They're full of assurance, of understanding. And in verse 3 of Colossians 2, he even says, in whom are hidden all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge. So he's saying that they are increased with goods. And those goods are treasures of wisdom and knowledge. Paul commends the Laodicean church. Colossians was written around 62 AD. All right? And so he's telling them that they're doing great. They are steadfast in their faith. Keep it up. Whatever you're doing it right. Keep it up. But then we have Revelation. And Revelation was written approximately 96 AD. So we're talking some 34 years later. Yeshua comes along and tells the church of Laodicea he's going to vomit them out of his mouth. That he knows their works, that is, their tasks, employment, their deeds and actions. He says, I know your works, and they're neither hot nor cold. They don't have zero works, which would be the cold, but they don't have works that are described by the hot either, okay? And he would rather they be hot or cold, on fire for him, or lacking in anything so that he can start from scratch. But these people think they have it, and they don't. They have presumed that they have a handle on the truth, and therefore they reject the truth when they hear it. And I've said this before, but I love this quote from Chuck Missler, that the only barrier to receiving the truth is the presumption that you already have it. So these people, the Laodicean church, they're rich, they are increased with goods, wisdom and knowledge, and they have need of nothing. They don't have to do a thing. It's a free gift, right? Paul tells us that in Ephesians 2, 8 and 9, that this is by grace, through faith you were saved. It is a free gift and not of works. Okay, so that would describe the Laodicean church. They believe what Paul told them. They are rich. They have need of nothing, so they're rich. They don't have to work. They have need of nothing. They're increased with goods. So he's already told them in Colossians 2, they have treasures of wisdom and knowledge. They're increased with goods, and no one can tell them a thing, because this is what they have made as their foundation. Now, the Laodiceans are vomited out of Yeshua's mouth. This is a church, a group of believers that he's describing here. So right there, you can toss out once saved, always saved. He also tells a group to depart. And this is in Matthew 7:23. And these are the lawless. He says, depart from me, I never knew you, you workers of iniquity. And that word iniquity in the Strong's is found in G458. It means lawless. They don't possess the law. They don't do the law. They don't practice the law. They don't work at the law. They work at not doing it. Disobedience. And we know that Paul says that sin is anything not done in faith, right? So it's subjective. Anyone can decide for themselves based on their own faith what sin is. But we know that sin is the transgression of the law. Okay, this is lawlessness. And I don't have that right in front of me, but y'all can look that up. Do some research for yourselves on this, because this is crucial to understand. Many that follow Paul's false teaching are lawless, and they are lukewarm. And these are the two groups that are told to depart, and they're vomited out of the Savior's mouth. And guys, this is heavy. It's something that you just want to go to every church on Sundays and bust in the doors and say, listen up. You need to hear the truth. And they think they have it, so often they're just going to have someone escort you out quickly. But I just have to have an outlet for this. I have to share this, guys, because the Laodiceans weren't really rich as far as we would define rich in the world. A poor person can be a Laodicean if they think that they have salvation without needing to work. YahuShua taught that if you love me, you'll keep my commandments. You'll do works worthy of salvation. Right? So I'm not trying to undermine what YahuShua did on the cross. I am only highlighting what YahuShua himself taught. And this warning to the Laodiceans confirms everything he taught. Pick up your cross. Go. Walk as he walked. And so that's what we must do. And so I just wanted to bring this to your awareness. I'm sure many of you know this, but rich does not mean wealthy to the Laodiceans. It means they feel they don't have to work. And that is a very stern warning. YahuShua is giving us there, and we need to warn others. This describes the way I was raised, and many in my family are still walking in this Laodicean mindset. So warn as many as you can. The truth is only found in YahuShua and in the Old Testament prophets speaking on behalf of our Father. So reject any stranger that comes along telling you they are a shepherd. John 10 says, my sheep hear my voice, and they know me, and they will not follow another. Follow what YahuShua taught. He alone is our shepherd. You all have a great day, and thank you for listening.